I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. And item on the agenda, the first one is to consider emergency BG1 for roof replacement at the Alternative Learning Center due to storm damage.
Thank you, Chairman Rager, distinguished board members. This is per KDE that we have to get. It's to replace the roof on the Alternative Learning Center, but which is our major damage thing. It's all covered under insurance. There's a deductible that will mean it's a $10,000 deductible, but this also covers the damage that occurred at Longest Elementary, East Campus, some here at the central office. So that one deductible is going to cover all of them. So and also we're dictated by our district facility plan, and this fix was not on there, so they wanted us to do the BG1 for the major project on this. So it's just an emergency BG1 that just kind of encompasses all of these items.
So to be clear, the district is out $10,000 for all of this. All
Correct.
of it goes under one claim.
Yes, sir.
And it's not what we're voting on, but I do want to say there's a lot of folks that did a lot of really good, quick work under that. We had holes in that roof, and remember that houses the mowing crew displaced, the tech guys displaced, Vicki Johnson all down that wing displaced, plus a lot of those kids. And it was really tough on some of those kids in particular because it really hurt. It was really disconcerting to some of those kids that are over there that don't like the change. And so, Jerry Rager really jumped in to help. Wasn't ideal over there by any stretch of the imagination at North Middle, but he jumped in to take those in, and Chad and his guys went and found a spot, and, mowing crew at least were good now, and Vicki, they went somewhere as well. So a lot of quick work happened to get them back in. I think after 2 days,
They had it dried in.
we were able to
one
get,
day.
Chad got back in quickly without heat, I think, but the kids got back over there, and that was our big concern because that was a very traumatic move. It just was for some of those kids. Everybody else, it was just frustrating, aggravating, but for some, so we were able to get back. So I want to thank Alex, and we met here. A lot of principals came in. What can we do? Just a good group, done pretty quickly, and Eric was making all the right calls and all that stuff too. So just wanted to throw that in.
Thank you. The video was pretty awesome. I mean,
That 2x4 going down through the roof was
Yeah. I've showed that to a lot of people, and they're like,
Yeah.
just to see it actually.
Hey, you know what? As bad as it was, as frustrating as it was, we're thankful. Nobody was in school. Nobody was there. And I'll be honest, some of the units on top of that building, they weren't in great shape. So we're going to get, with the flat $10,000 deductible as and I think Eric may add to this too, because there's new codes on that roof now, and so we'll get a better roof than we had.
Correct.
It's an older building, obviously, but we'll get a better roof too, all for that same flat rate. So, and our insurance company was good to work with. They got folks out quickly, architect the next day too. So a lot happened in a very short amount of time. Not as short as it did when the actual storm came through, but a lot happened to correct that.
So the roof that's getting replaced on there is going to have more insulation because code requires that you have, I believe it's 4 inches now of insulation on there. And it's the same kind of decking that's on this roof, on Longest. So it'll be a stronger deck. And they also found some masonry work that's going to be covered under that. Just a myriad of things that are just, that the adjuster came and saw as well and just started, so they also, the insurance company should be commended too, because.
And Jimmy got on several roofs. We thought we had a problem west. We had some leaks there, but I think those were kind of prior to, but Jimmy's been up checking that out, and all the principals went in that day and checked out their buildings. The north end wasn't as big a concern, but South Elementary, I know there was a lot of damage down that way, but it appears like that was okay. Central City, we were worried. It appears like that's okay. But it was just, well, as you know, Town Hill, straight down through.
Yeah, I lost the roof off the gym that almost a year ago.
Did you really?
Really? We can't put that on here.
Yeah, well, looked like we could. Stretch it a little bit.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to consider the emergency BG1 for the roof replacement. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of approving the emergency BG1, say item is to approve 3 change orders for the Bremen Ballpark project.
Thank you again, Sharon Rager. There's actually 3 change orders that are in this agenda item, excuse me. Yeah, couldn't get the words. Anyway, one of them is to address winterizing the plumbing. This is no cost to the district. There's provide for some missing breakers at a cost of $1,600, and the addition of outlets in the outfield at a cost of $5,347.54. The total cost of the district will be $6,957.54. The change order is required by KDE in order to complete this.
And that's all money that's in that Bremen fund already,
Correct.
zero cost to the district, actually.
Need a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
A motion by Ms. Wells. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of approving the change orders for the Bremen Ballpark project, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the explanation on the roof fix. Yeah.
And the next one is to consider first reading of recommended changes to procedure 03.123 AP.2. Ms. Brown?
Which is one we just changed.
We missed
So
you.
basically, all this is more of a housekeeping issue. What it was a front and back form that was sent out to the schools. We've just combined that to where it is a front page only, so people are not flipping back and forth. Everything that was in there before is still in there. It's just a smaller version of what we had on 2 pages, so that people don't get confused trying to put dates and transferring dates.
I make a motion to consider the first reading of the recommended changes.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wells. All in favor of considering the first reading of the recommended changes to the procedure 03.123 AP.2, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And the next one's to consider change to November regular monthly board meeting.
This count was wrong.
It's wrong?
Yeah,
It's off by 1 day.
it's off by 1 day. So don't look at this count.
Okay, we won't do that. All right, so we just need to reschedule our board meeting or change the time. It's supposed to be,
So it's supposed to be the 20, it is the 21st, right here, right? Okay. So basically, we'll do whatever y'all want to do. I know you're going up, you're going up to KSBA, some of you are, that evening, and they're an hour ahead of us too. So, we'll do whatever works for you. We can move that date somewhere else. We can move the time to earlier. What I can do is I can cut out, the principal's part that day. I could give them a month. I'm sure they'd be happy with that. But I could cut that out. I know Carla has no recognitions, and it's a short agenda as of now. So, I think the meeting itself should not be an extended meeting unless something unforeseen comes up. So if you wanted to move to earlier in the day for just this one time, we just need at least 3 here. So basically, whatever you guys decide, I'm just trying to lay out as many different options as possible and know that it will likely be a short meeting. Now, every time you say that, it doesn't happen. But right now, it kind of appears that way. So we could get you on the road if you want to do that earlier. But like I said, you're already an hour behind. It's getting dark earlier, all those things. So whatever you guys decide, if you could just give me 3 of you, we'll make it work. I know y'all have really difficult schedules to work around.
Who is not going to
So is
the?
this right after all?
Yeah, that's right.
I was started. That's what it was.
I'm going now too.
I'm going, but I'm off that whole entire day, so I can do an earlier time.
I can do earlier.
I could do earlier.
But you,
Hour, noon would be fine with me.
That's right, the 21st.
Noon work for you?
noon will be fine.
Sounds good.
So what now?
Noon on the 21st.
Noon on the
And this
21st.
calendar, by the way, this calendar is not wrong. I just looked
I
at it
looked at it
wrong.
wrong, too.
It's Saturday, Sundays on the end. So I'm sorry, Sherry.
What do you want to have this week?
What now?
Noon on the 21st.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What was wrong with the calendar?
Just
It just has
Hope she goes Sunday.
I'm not used to seeing Saturday and Sunday on the end.
And to say this to Matt and the folks he represents and anybody else, this is an unusual thing. This is not where you want to move a meeting where people can't be here.
Right.
It's a really odd one. I don't think there's anything that, as of now, that looks, we're trying to avoid controversy kind of deal, because we don't want to be that way. But it's an odd deal, and if we can do that, absolutely, we can make that work just this one time.
All right, well, I need a motion to change to noon on the 21st for our November board meeting.
I make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Wells. Second by Mr. Bowers. All in favor of changing our November regular monthly board meeting to November 21st at noon, say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Mr. Bowers, Mr. Gephardt, all in favor of adjournment, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Thank you guys for coming.